Welcome to the Eric T conversation. I'm Eric T. I want to thank everybody for some of the feedback that I've received for this podcast that I've started. I did some upgrades in here in the old office. I got some new neons up there, put a light in front of my face because apparently my forehead was pretty freaking shiny, and I had to bring that down a little bit with all the overhead lighting. So I appreciate all the feedback. This is definitely new to me. I've never done anything like this before. So I got a big mouth. I've always had a big mouth. I can talk a lot. I've never had that problem. But doing a podcast on a daily basis is something I'm just not used to doing. So I'm enjoying it. So please give me all the feedback you've got. It is welcome, positive or negative. And if it's negative, I really don't give a shit. But I'll take it anyway, and I'll do something if I think it's appropriate and you make sense. Other than that, just shut the. No, I'm kidding. First thing I want to talk about is a little bit of a crypto. It's real quick. I'm not a crypto podcast, but I'll talk about it real briefly. I've had a few people reach out to me about it. I'm not an expert. This is not financial advice. Do your own risks and evaluations when you're looking into crypto. But the charts, they went down a little bit this weekend. Sunday is usually a bit of a pullback. A lot of crypto shot up after my podcast that day. Gary Gensler, who resigned, the head of the SEC, and cryptos went up like nuts. It went crazy. So there was a lot of green all week. And so I was posting some things online just so people are aware of it. Not to make you invest, but just so you're aware of it. So you do your own research and you figure out if investing in crypto is something for you. But they went up, and then today was a little bit of trace back. My advice to anybody that I'm just giving you what I do is that everything that goes up always comes back down. So if it goes up 250% in 3 days, give it a little bit of time, and it will back down a little bit. It always does. It always retraces a little bit, goes up 300%, comes back about 40%, and you got an area where you could probably start buying. Never buy at the top. You want to buy at the bottom on the way up. So that's the best advice I can give you. Well, not advice, just what I do with crypto. So maybe you can look into it if it's something that's right for you. Never invest in anything you don't want to lose or flush down the toilet because it's very volatile. So that's my little thing on crypto. Other thing I want to talk about is these new young men we have floating around in the country. About the 21 to 35-year-old men. Man, I guess they're men. These men that are 33, they're still wearing their pants down, still wearing the man buns, still getting their eyebrows waxed. Listen, if you're still doing that, I don't know who told you that's a good idea. Stop waxing your eyebrows unless you got caterpillars or thumbs on your forehead, the size of the thumbs and caterpillars. There's no need for you to ever wax your eyebrows. Now, when you get to my age, you might have to trim them down a little bit, but that's 40 years, 35, 40 years away from you. You don't have any reason to start doing that now. Then you have to get some stuff pulled out of your ears too, but you're long off from having to have that. So I'm advice to you, if you're getting your eyebrows done, you got to stop. You look ridiculous. We need men. We need more men in this world. I get it. We don't. We need a lot of masculinity. We do. We need men because you know what? Men fight wars. Men dig ditches. Men do all the hard shit that nobody wants to do. No female wants to dig in the sewer. I'm sorry, you don't. Don't tell me you do. Nobody wants to climb a 2,000-foot power line to change a light bulb or do some wiring. Those are like men jobs. That's what we do. So we gotta get men back in here. So, and I'm tired of seeing these guys out there that are 20 to 35 years old. They're doing stuff to their face. They're getting their hair done. They're putting product in it. I'm seeing stuff online. Now that I've been doing this on a regular basis, I'm seeing stuff online now that's bothering me. I don't like to see any man talk about hair products for their hair. There is no need to ever put more than shampoo and possibly conditioner in a man's hair. That's it. There's not 4 steps. Guys, I got news for you. You're supposed to have dry hair, and we have split ends. That's what we do. We have split ends, and you're not supposed to give a shit about split ends. You don't. That's girls do that. Guys, we don't care. The man bun, it's got to go. I do a whole segment on the man bun. That's unnecessary. That's an unnecessary hairdo. I don't care if Jason Momoa does it. It's unnecessary. Your hair should never be that long that you put it up in a bun. I prefer a ponytail than a bun. Maybe 2 pigtails, but never, ever a bun. So hair products. Only thing you need to use in your hair, shampoo, conditioner. Shampoo, conditioner, that's it. And you can even save yourself some time and get the old 2-in-1. The 2-in-1, hair and body wash, it's a little suspect. I'm still concerned about the 2-in-1. It does the hair and body, like it does the hair and then there's a 3-in-1. Don't ever do the 3-in-1. That's complete bullshit. There's no hair, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash all in one. That's a joke. It's just 2-in-1, and they say it's 3-in-1 to make you pay more for it. You don't need it. All you need, really, in a pinch, is a bar soap. Bar soap. In several times in my life, I had nothing but a bar soap and water. And you do it from head to toe, soap and water. That's it. So it's okay to use 2-in-1 for your hair and body. Body wash is fine. And yes, it is okay to use a loofah. I don't like saying loofah, but that's what it's called. Anybody using a washcloth, this is not 1978. You don't need to use a washcloth anymore. It is a loofah. It is a loofah. I get it. It's a crazy word, and it's okay to say it, as long as you're using it to wash your body. Don't say loofah in any other circumstance or conversation, because then we're going to have another talk. So you can use body wash, 2-in-1, max. Shampoo really is the only way you need to go. I get it. A lot of you still got longer hair, like you're flowing. I've never had that issue. I probably never will. I got split ends, dry curly hair. I just keep it tight, and I'm all right. So face wash. You can use face wash. I get it. A lot of you all greasy mofos out there. Use some face wash, but get some like manly stuff. Manly, it has to say Bimenen. If it doesn't say Bimenen, you shouldn't be putting it on your face. None on the face. So, don't do your eyebrows. No man buns. No hair products to keep your hair all slick and feathery. No slick and feathery. No flipping your hair back. No man buns. Pigtails are perfectly fine. Face wash you can use. And my biggest point that I'm starting to see now is dudes are getting their beards hair implants. How bad do you want a beard that you are willing to pull shit off your neck and to put it on your face just so you can have a beard? Look, truth of the matter is, this that I have, it's very light now. It's gray, but it was dark at one time. But it didn't get this way till I was about 40. So when I had a beard and grew one out after I got out of the military, 32, 33 years old, it was terrible. It was splotchy here. It had nothing in the spot. The goatee right down here wasn't even full in. The mustache was horrific. It looked terrible. It looked like a peach bud. I almost looked like Abraham Lincoln with a little stuff up here. I wish somebody would stop me from that. They should have stopped and said, just take it off. Just take it off. You don't need a beard. You look asinine with that on your face. Years later, I grow it out. I don't recognize myself without it now. I look funny. But if you can have facial hair, God doesn't want you to have facial hair. That's just the way it is. I get it. If you lose it on top of your head, fine. You can get it done here. But leave this alone, man. Leave it alone. I get it. Keanu Reeves has a splotchy beard, but he's $1 million actor, okay? He's John Wick. He's John Wick. John Wick can have whatever the F he wants. But this, when it's splotchy, just move along. Just take it off. Women prefer a nice, clean, shaved face once in a while. They like the beards. Chicks like the beards now. It's the whole thing with girls liking beards. I get it. But honestly, if you can't fill it in, it's not a beard. It is a homeless guy. That's what you are. You're a homeless person that has no access to razor blades at all. So if you can't grow a full beard, don't even do it. Because I've even seen these things online where they got pencils. You can pencil it in and make it sharp. If you can't get a straight razor, and make it cut real nice, can't use a pencil, man. I can't use a pencil. That's gay. That's gay. You can't do that. So I talked about the face, hair, all that stuff. These are the basic rules of a man. Basic rules of a man for grooming purposes. So if you're watching things online and you're doing it, you're letting your son go ahead and do that. You gotta pull him aside. You gotta man him up. You gotta tell him, listen, young man, we're not using 3-in-1s. You can use 2-in-1s. That's it. You can put facial cream, face wash on your face. Yes, you can use cream because I know some of you are ashy. Some people get ashy. So you gotta put some stuff on there. Okay, but the rest of that stuff, that's what you do to stay being a man. That's just basic grooming standards for a guy. And here's the biggest one of all. It's 2024. If you ain't shaving your balls by now, you are wrong. I shouldn't go to a bathroom at a public restaurant and see pubes all over the freaking toilet. That's disgusting. Trim your balls, dudes. You got to trim them up. Keep them tight. Keep them tight. And then when you do that, you'll get about a half an inch, at minimum half an inch. Depends how much you got hidden in there. Trim your nuts. Trim your nuts. So that's the grooming standards. You can do your arms, but don't do your legs. Unless you're a cyclist, a swimmer, or a bodybuilder, leave your legs alone. Or you got some huge calf muscles, leave your legs alone. Don't shave them. You're too slick. There's a point to manscaping where you take it too far. And doing the legs when you're not competing in any sport or athletic event, that's going too far with the grooming. So that's the basic nutshell of what you need to do to be a man as far as grooming standards are concerned. So now that the grooming stuff is out of the way, here's some basic man knowledge that you got to have. And these 21 to 35-year-olds, you guys have to know how to do this. No excuse whatsoever. Two main things, and there's four to get all together, but it's two main things you have to know how to do. You have to know how to change a tire in a car. You have to know how to change your oil, change your windshield wipers, and change a battery out of a car. Okay? Now, the last two, you can go to AutoZone or Discount Autos. They'll do it for you. But sometimes you just got to do it yourself. You're going to have a girlfriend one day, and she's going to ask you to do it. One day you're going to be at home, and your girlfriend calls you up with your wife. She calls you up and says, hey, I'm on the side of the road. I have a flat tire. What do I do? Your first reaction should be like, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get dressed, and I'll be out there, and I'll change that tire for you. It's never let's call AAA. Never call AAA. Only extenuating circumstances, you call AAA when you have a tire situation is the tire's gone. You have no spare. The tire's flat. And if the tire's flat, that's a no-go right there. Your card gets revoked because you should have checked that car before you took it off and always make sure there's air in the tire. Or if you have no jack. Again, you get revoked because you didn't check if you had a jack in the car. Those are the only two circumstances that you should be able to call AAA to get your car towed. Other than that, you show up, you crank it up, you pull the big tire off, put the donut on there, you go to a gas station, you fill the tire up, and you're on your way. That's what you got to do. Okay? Changing oil. I know you can go to Jiffy Lube and get it done for $49.95 with 10% off with a coupon. Totally understand that. But you got to get under the car once in a while and pop that plug out, take the filter, put new stuff in it, just see what it looks like. See what it looks like. Get your hands dirty and greasy. You got to know how to change your oil. So when they're telling you all the other shit underneath the car that, it says you need to have this, you can be like, no, I just want the oil change. I've been under there before. I know what it looks like. It's nothing crazy. I don't need to spend $700 to get a couple things done at the Jiffy Lube. So learn how to change your oil. Those are the basic things about being a man. And you got to teach them. Your fathers, if you're not teaching your sons how to do this, you failed as a father. Because here's reality. Men teach boys to be men. Men teach boys to be men. That's what we do. That's your job. So those are the basic things that I feel that a guy should know in their 20s at least to consider themselves a man and be able to hold that card in your hand and be like, yeah, man, I got my man card. And it's good doing stuff like that. It's good to have a little basic knowledge of things. You got to know how to fix things. And that's so men teach boys to be men. And I know there's a lot of single mothers out there, and my hat is off to you, that you've gone out there and you've taught your sons how to do great stuff and you raise nice young men, and that's great. It's awesome that you've done that. Kudos to you, but it's supposed to be the dad's job. Dad's supposed to do that. If they didn't have a dad there, God rest his soul, if they passed away, which sucks. But if the dad's like a missing in action dad, that's on him, and one day he's going to regret it. So hats off to you for making those boys become men, and with your hard work. So anyway, that's it for the Eric T conversation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you had a few laughs. So join me next time. Click on it, like, follow, share it with a friend. This is my new endeavor, man. And give me some good, negative, positive feedback because I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Follow me on all the other platforms because I'm everywhere now. I'm posting this shit like crazy. And join me next time and we can have some laughs, observations, and a conversation. Peace.